boxing voice.
Now, Bernard, you've always given us Easter eggs throughout your career, whether that be you coming out to Frank Sinatra, you know, you did it your way, or just as recently as Kovalev's last fight, you putting in a call to action to all your fellow boxers and you know, companions of the sport to take control of your career or their career. Could you just elaborate a little more on what you meant that day when you were asking your fighters to take control of their career? And we're assuming you're saying because you did that yourself. You decided what you wanted, you went for it with Kovalev, and you brought back Golden Boy to HBO, which altogether is something that will never be forgotten because you mend a failing relationship. You mended that between HBO and Golden Boy just with this fight, doing it your way.
And it was premeditated. And if anybody don't know what that word is, it was already planned. It was already my intentions in a short-term time to make that happen. It was thought about, planned, and it was calculated. And so I didn't just look at my own commercial interests and just fighting Kovalev and saying, okay, I unified the title for the second time in my career and going on and continue to just say, okay, me. And as my attorney, Eric Mauser, who's fast approaching to being a household name in the business. And it's one thing about boxing. I don't think boxing needs more lawyers. I think that tells you about boxing when you got even people in boxing that has law license but don't practice anymore, but they know the law. And most of us, if not all of us, don't know the law. So automatically we're on a disadvantage, not advantage. But let me get back to the point. The point is that no one probably even looked at it the way you look and just analyzed it just now. How not only did I accomplish getting the fight done with Kovalev, but also I accomplished a relationship with the 500-pound gorilla. It's called HBO. And HBO, no matter what people think, I've been on Showtime, and Showtime has been respectful to me as I've been good business for them. And the second and one of the highest ratings in their network last year, and some I could say this year. But mending a relationship back gives other opportunities. And I know this is what you're going at, and I believe it is, and if you're not, then you correct me. It's the same thing I did when I stood up in front of the Senate hearings in 1998 in front of the famous L.A. Spitzer, John Senator Republican Kane, and spoke about why boxing need regulations and law. I was public enemy number one when I stepped out of that hall, that big room, amongst the powerfulest politically and senators in the world. I knew I was going to be hated, and I know I'm hated now to the day. And so when I had a chance to do that again after thinking about it, when others don't give me credit for thinking, and that's good, that's my advantage and their disadvantage. Fighting Kovalev takes away Kathy Dugan's lawsuit. That played out to be true. It also, whether they like my strategy now, since I can reveal it and talk to you, that has already been revealed, they will never want to give me the credit for it. They'll find a way. They'll give the Bugs Bunny. They'll find a way to say it was somebody else. But it's cool. I don't want to stick my chest out. I didn't not do a press conference. I did not do anything to my publicist. I did not do anything to Lisa, Kelly Swanson, anybody saying I did this, I did that. But they know who did it because they had another trap for me that I didn't fall into. So they knew at the last hour, one was tied in with the other. The IBF time slot from what I wanted to do and who I was going to fight. had a lot to do not only with who I fight, but how can I get 4 or 3 things accomplished in taking this fight. And I said to my partner, I said to my attorney, if I fight Kovalev, where most people believe that Stevenson ran from him, ran from one street to another street, which is Showtime, leaving HBO, lawsuit followed him. Matter of fact, followed. Showtime inherited that lawsuit. Richard Schaefer inherited that lawsuit. Personally, he inherited that lawsuit. Also, Golden Boy inherited that lawsuit. So fighting Kovalev, I asked my attorney, wouldn't that take away a claim from Kathy? They all looked at me like I had 3 heads. I'm not a lawyer, but I've been in court long enough. I've been in court with some of the toughest against me or for me promoters, the most powerful men in boxing, or at least at one time. And I've stand the task for 2 weeks, not only of my own testimony, my own witness, and exhibits to back me up whether I was wrong or whether I was lying. And so I said to myself, I want to fight the man that everybody thinks that Stevenson ran from. That makes me the undisputed lightweight champion, just by your count. The media, which I was snatched first when I beat this man, the media will have to bear witness that this is the fight of the year. No one else would be. No other match is most talked about than this one, because this is the one that some would say I can do and some would say it's impossible. This is the biggest fight of the year, and that's what I wanted. I haven't had a big fight like this in a long time. I've been craving for a fight. I've been taking small fights and little purses to get to here. And I said, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Y'all second gods. The second gods, right? There's the first, but they're the second ones. I'm going to show y'all something. And so the lawsuit will have to be dropped. Second, the relationship with Golden Boy will be, with HBO, will be at least at a discussion. C, I was the last fighter on HBO from Golden Boy. And the story will be with another story is I'll be the first fighter back on Golden Boy to start a new life. I start a new chapter. So how profound and calculated my mind works. I'm already in the next month. I'm already in the September, and then I will be in October, November. See, they don't give me credit to think in the distance. They try to judge me like the rest of the other ignorant people that they motivate or that they represent. And as long as they stay ignorant thinking of me, the easier it would be for me to beat them at the chessboard.
The Boxing Voice.